was friends with Candus. I don't know for sure. I haven't ever really spoke to her. So let me know if you guys see Prayer Garden chat. I emailed her the link, but we got Lynn, Jenna and Lynn in the backstage. I'll pull them up in just 1 second. Hey, Sarah Jane and Glitter Queen and Doodle. And yeah, remember, opinions are welcome, however, assholes are not. Well, assholes are welcome too, but just not like in express, not in language form or text form. So, you guys, I've been so busy trying to get this new router set up. So anyways, hi, Navy Beans and Goldie. All right. Hey, Emma, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to have to get up in a second and sign I ordered some pizza for my daughter. I'm going to go ahead and add Jenna and Lynn to the stream. Hey.
Hi.
How are you ladies doing? Lynn, are you there?
Hi, I'm here.
Okay. So, Lynn, since we haven't had you before, would you like to explain to, how you know Don and Candus? Or I haven't had a chance to really talk to you except through one short email. So
yeah, exactly.
I kind of forgot what I was about, to be honest.
Yeah.
Or what I said.
Actually, listening to Jenna the other night just blew me away because we both had very similar experiences, and her and I got to connect today finally.
Yeah, I'm glad about that.
That was awesome. I have been involved since day 2. I was admin of one of the larger Facebook groups.
Okay.
I've been following true crime mostly on Facebook for about 5 years. Summer's case will be my last. It's got me beat. I'm old.
Yeah. So did you have a friendship with Candus for a while?
I didn't in the beginning. I actually, one of the big rules of the group was you don't go real life. That means you don't contact anybody involved in the case. And I went down every road I could possibly find. By the second month, I had found all of the lights and the dikes and looked all over Beach Creek and Ben Hill and the hollers. I'm not from there. I am familiar with country living. I wasn't one to get on the bandwagon and jump because Summer had a dirty face or her hair wasn't brushed. But I had my suspicions. I'll admit I have a 5-year-old granddaughter, and this case really got me, and I want this baby found.
So did you end up speaking to Candus then?
I did. I ended up leaving the Facebook group, and stepping down from admin, and I contacted Candus, and surprisingly, she answered immediately.
So do you guys still talk, or did you guys have like a?
No, we don't still talk. We haven't talked in probably about 6 weeks now. So Jenna knows more of the more recent stuff. But we talked a lot Candus likes to video chat.
Yeah.
She's not real into texting, which I can understand. And I kind of hate being on here because
Your voice needs to be heard, though.
yeah,
Yeah.
I hate being on here because I feel like I'm betraying her. But the bigger picture is this baby needs to be
Right.
found.
Yes. And it's more important that, if your information can help any way figure out what happened to Summer, then that definitely needs to be heard.
Well, I mean, I haven't said anything, Ziggy, because I don't believe I have information that's going to lead to Summer. But what I have is a much better understanding of their dynamics, Candus's dynamics, and their dynamics as a couple.
Exactly.
Right.
Which I don't think a lot of people have. And I think Jenna and I really agree on that. Like, we really bonded today.
Yeah.
I told Jenna wanted to tell me some things and stuff, and I was like, wait, just save it for the live, because then I want my reaction to be authentic on the live if I already know things and I don't know. She said she wanted to tell me a couple things that she found a little bit shocking.
Yeah.
But then I was like, well, let's just save it for the live so I could hear with everybody else. Because sometimes if I already know the information, like I talked to Jenna a lot before she came on here, and I caught myself being stuck and not knowing what to ask her because I'd already asked her everything. And I'm like, so yeah. So I was like, yeah, let's just not like discuss Dawn and Candus on the phone, because I want to hear what Lynn told Jenna, or whatever you had to say, Lynn, like, first here. But
Yeah.
Prayer Garden just joined. Hey, Prayer Garden.
How you guys doing? Can you hear me?
Hi, Prayer Garden.
Hi.
Or we could call her. Can we call you?
Yeah.
Do you go by Sissy also, Prayer Garden, or do you?
Yes. I go
Okay.
by.
Okay, that's easier to say. But I figured in the title I put Prayer Garden because I figured most people would know you more by Prayer Garden. So
Hi,
Yeah.
Sissy. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
I've been
meet you.
following you around for months.
Whole lot of people's been following me, I think.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a sleuth. So I found you early on, and I did not let on who you were, although I did know.
yeah.
I appreciate that. I definitely want to keep my my identity private. I'm getting a lot of hate, and I'm getting a lot of threats. So
Well,
I'm so sorry.
Well, no.
You don't deserve that.
Yeah, just to make it. I don't know what Lynn believes happened to Summer, but we will get into that. But as far as I know, like, with Jenna and Prayer Garden, I know for a fact that they believe that the parents know what happened.
Exactly.
And are involved, and are no longer talking to Dawn and Candus in a friendly manner. I don't know. So I do know that Prayer Garden had a couple screenshots she wants me to show later, where I think that Dawn did try to get a hold of you, right? Right, Sissy?
excuse me.
Was this screenshot that you wanted to show?
Yeah, it's a screenshot I wanted to show everyone.
Is this from recently when did Dawn contact you recently?
Yeah, I've got one as recent as yesterday.
Well, yeah, the one from Benny, but
Yeah.
Did you? Which I guess I can go ahead and show this real quick, or since it's come up, I guess I can go ahead and show the Benny one. Oh no, that's not the one, but sometimes I can't. Okay, well, since I've already pulled this up, this is from Dawn. Can you see when I'm showing, Sissy?
Yes.
Okay, so it says, lie, you are no Christian. My wife was so right about you, straight hoe. Getting you for slander, bitch. Backstabbing, bitch. You betrayed me, just like all the rest of the world. It's people like you that crucified Christ and call me. So did you end up talking to him after he sent you these?
Absolutely not. But do you see what I'm talking about? Can you know, I purposely picked this screenshot to show you, you know, the bipolarness of these people. You see, he cussed me out, called me all kinds of names, then had his nerve to say, "Call me." Are you kidding? I mean, and my
Yeah,
wife.
by that time he was drunk. I'm sure by the time he was drunk, because that was 9 p.m. See,
Right.
earlier on, the other. Oops, sorry. Are these two? Okay, these must be from 2 different days.
Yeah,
Because
this is him going crazy. This is what I'm putting up with on the other end. And as you see, he says, "My wife was right about you, straight hoe." And these are the words and stuff. Everybody says, "Oh, you have this great hate for Candus," but you guys don't understand. You know, Candus was wanting me to be her friend and talk to her, like when she went into the police station. Um, when she was calling me at late at night, when she was trying to hit me on my face chat, she's wanting me to be her friend. Then she acts like she didn't even know me. Has that one woman, Dawn K or whatever, call me. And when she did know,
you already know who it is.
She did know me. And and also, is there somebody else in here with us? I hear a man.
That was my son. That was my son. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's okay. Like, if I can always mute you, Jenna, if needed or whatever.
No, I'm in my vehicle. They went in the house, so I'm good.
Okay. All right, it's fine.
And then you know, and then Candus would, and that's what I've been trying to tell everybody. Then when she's on the phone with like this woman or somebody else or her mother, or she starts ramping off, and and sometimes, you know, I don't know what she's doing in the background, but sometimes she would be screaming and calling me all kinds of names, almost put me in, you know, make me so angry that, you know, I had to tell Donald, I got to hang up. I do not want to, you know, I'm not going to go through that kind of abuse from her in the background, you know, when I'm only trying to be good to you guys. And he's like, I know, Sissy. But, you know, this is what Candus was and how she was to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And all that time I was tolerating it because, you know, due to the fact that I didn't know at first. I didn't know she was just going through, you know, some, you know, menopause type thing, you know, mood swings or what her real problem was. But
He's going through something more than that.
But you know, finally I figured out that she's just freaking evil. She's just an evil, mind playing and manipulating human being. And Donald's the same way. He's the same way. And Candus acts like the mean, ugly, awful one. And Donald plays the nice, trying to be, you know, everything on Candus, and then Candus with her friends, everything on Donald. But in all honesty, these two are one. They are one, playing us against one another. That's what
I agree.
And you know, I caught on to it early on. Early on, like I said, after they did what they did to Mary, I was done with them. I was only sticking in there now for what information I can gather, and I gathered a hell of a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and be honest with everybody. I only went into this with one purpose, and that was to find Summer. And I found out a lot of things about Candus and Dawn. What I seen, Candus and Dawn never shed a tear for some more than boys.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you.
They
Thank
never shed a tear.
No,
Candus shed tears about Dawn being on the phone with Sissy or Cher.
We're
They
not
never
not spending time with her.
exactly.
Time with her. It is about her and Donald. Her and Donald. Her and Donald.
Exactly.
That's all it was
When they
about.
was in Hollywood, they was living it up. I asked her when she was in Hollywood, have you talked to the boys? She said, I've talked to them one time.
Oh yeah, that's why I want to ask you, Jenna, because I texted you, or I was on here and I was like, man, I was telling everybody that they weren't contacting, because they can contact them every night, can't they?
Every night after 7:00. But they have to contact them. The boys can't contact them. Candus normally FaceTimes them. And the whole time they was going to Hollywood, they FaceTimed them one time.
Yep.
Wow.
And that girl Squall and Dawn.
Yeah.
You know, Candus knew that I was doing it live with you that night. She sent them to. I was faked by Dawn, thinking that she was a true friend of Candus because I seen her at Candus's house, and that's how I got her name. But let Lynn tell you a little bit about Dawn.
Okay. Yeah. Are you there, Lynn?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. Dawn, actually, I met Dawn 4 or 5 years ago in the true crime groups. And part of the reason why Candus stopped talking to me was because I told her to watch out for Dawn. Because I didn't know what Dawn's intentions were. With Summer's case, Dawn kind of bypassed YouTube and the Facebook groups, and immediately latched on to Candus in the very beginning. We had a mutual friend that knew she could trust me and was sharing screenshots with me of Dawn and Candus's conversations. You know, I didn't expect what I got. Okay, like Jenna, I went in because I was impatient and nobody was talking, and I want this baby found. I'll never do it again. You know, I thought it was going to answer so many questions. It didn't. It just gave me more. I think the most shocking part, I never thought that I would genuinely like Candus.
Right.
Whether she's likable or whether she's that manipulative.
I think she's that manipulative, to be honest with you.
Amen. Right. Amen. I agree.
Right.
And I believe Dawn is too. And the sad thing about it is Dawn believes every word that comes out of his mouth.
Right.
He believes every word that comes out of Candus's mouth. I'm telling you, there's something mentally wrong with both of them.
No, I believe they both have something on each other.
They do. They absolutely do.
I don't think it's just what they have on one another. I think they're just two peas in a damn pot that are dirty, low down, disgusting human beings that, you know what, they know that they better stick together because nothing else would have them.
But it's sad because people are actually feeling sorry for Candus, and people are actually getting really close to Candus and Dawn right now up there at their house, and they're enabling them. And I'm telling you, when it comes out that they have something to do with Summer missing, they're going to be fined and charged just as well as Don and Candus, because they're enabling that.
Yeah.
Aiding and abetting. It's called aiding
I
and
mean,
abetting.
well, I mean, it's aiding and abetting if they actually know anything. But in my experience,
Well,
Candus didn't talk a lot about the kids.
we
Mm-mm.
we pretty much all
Candus was, I'm sorry, go on, Prayer Garden.
we pretty much all know that they're guilty. You know, you can't be around those people very long that you don't know they're guilty. I'm sorry. I mean, in my opinion, and I'll say that to protect myself, because you've seen the clip that came up there. But you know, I'm getting threatened. But in
Well,
my
I would just
opinion,
say, I would just follow it up with, in your opinion, because I don't know
amen.
how this slender thing works. So just
Exactly.
cover your ass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest. In my opinion, they're guilty as hell. You know, they're guilty as hell. I know it.
She's drunk and she threw her phone at
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked at so many others. My initial reaction in the first week was that there was a lot of pictures of Summer that really bothered me. And it wasn't the dirty faces, it wasn't the clothes. There was a lot of pictures where she was holding herself.
Yes. Yeah.
And that just always stuck to me. It always stuck with me. And that was my gut from the very beginning. I really did try to give them the benefit of the doubt by going down all these other roads and looking into all of these other names, but they were all dead ends. And the more Don talked, the more he contradicted himself. The more Don talked, I could see that he was using his jailhouse religion, as I called it, to just totally change the subject instead of answering the question.
From the moment that I met Candus, when I called and spoke with her, I never seen a tear in her eye. And Don was like, "Oh, we miss our kids." I mean, there's no, you can tell when somebody's really sympathetic or more remorseful. There was nothing there.
Yeah, the only time I saw Candus cry was when she talked about things that Don had done.
Yeah.
She never shed a tear. It was like life just went on. She never she was absolutely scrapbooking. She was showing me pictures of the kids that she was putting in the scrapbooks. But she was smiling. She was showing me pictures of Summer, and it was like kind of like she had happy memories, and like it didn't faze her or affect her that Summer was gone.
Yes.
And in the meantime, I'm on video chat bawling, looking at these pictures. Something's wrong with that picture, you know? Like,
yeah.
I'm a stranger, and the tears are coming out of my eyes, and Mom is just like, you know, oh, and here she is doing this, and this is the day we went and did that, and it's like, oh, okay.
Hey, I'm sorry. I said I wasn't going to pay attention to your the chat comments tonight, but there was 2 questions asked about Candus. Mm-hmm. When I first came on this panel with you, Ziggy,
yeah,
I was still friends with Candus.
Right.
I was still trying to get information from her. So after I told people told everybody on here, which something she told me not to tell, that grandma's back. She unfriended me. So I can tell now the truth fully and not have to worry about watching what I say.
Right.
And another one was, do I think that's the way she's coping with it? Of like not crying? No, it's not.
No.
I understand she's had a troubled past. And a lot of people's had troubled past. But when you don't sit here and cry for your children because they're gone and one's missing, but you cry because your husband is talking to other females, there's something going on there. And she told me specifically out of her own mouth that Dawn, you have it in text that you can show, that she stated that Dawn was home in the 3:00 hour.
Wow.
And she, stated out of her own mouth that Dawn has something to do with it. But to be honest with you, I don't believe a word that neither one of them say.
Yeah, she's very Jenna, can I cut in, honey?
Yeah, go ahead.
She's very, very, very suspicious of Dawn. But then the next day she'll be in love with him and Donnie this and Donnie this and that and how wonderful Donnie is. It's like real manic. Like not in manic depressive. It's really bizarre. For instance, we were talking at the time that those text messages came out from Denise Mitchell about the $50,000 and the cartel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lucky me, got to be in on that part. And I contacted Candus and I was like, honey, I don't want to be the one to tell you, but like, you need to know this. What in the hell is going on? Again, we were on FaceTime. And she, like, as we're talking about it, I see that she's looking down. And the next thing I know, she pulls up her second phone, which I didn't even know that she had. And she had Googled the directions from her front door to the Mexican border.
What?
And said, oh my God, it's only 24 hours to the Mexican border. Is that where he's been going?
Oh my God.
I've told TBI everything I know.
Yes, and I have also. Which again, it's nothing to lead, that's unfortunately it's nothing that's gonna find this baby, but maybe the insights will help them.
Exactly.
I'm going to tell you something. I'm sorry. I got to come in here for a minute. Oh, shit. I got to stop laughing.
Is that Sissy laughing?
Yeah. What's going on, Sissy?
If I can just give me a minute to post myself.
Okay.
Oh, shit. Listen. I keep wanting to laugh. I'm sorry.
Were you Denise Mitchell?
Me? Hell
Yeah.
no. I'm going to tell you something. You don't understand Donald and Candus. You do not. They're mind players. When she pulled up her second phone and everything, Candus is not that stupid. She is not that stupid to show you anything. Anything. That is their games. That's what I'm telling you. See, me, obviously, Jenna. I'm sorry. Obviously, Jenna caught on to it also that this is what they do. And it pisses you off. and they put you on this roller coaster ride, man, that just, you think you're going to have to go see a psychiatrist from all their shit. Because you got to cipher through it. You got to cipher through it. And then you got, while you're doing all of that, you got to try to understand who and how these people are. There's so much. There's so much to picking things apart and then trying to fit in what is and what isn't. And what is they love to play games like they played with Mary, like
Absolutely.
They were with you, letting you see the phone, and like they called
Don V. They knew DCS was coming to get them children.
They called that Don K, and they told her they did not know me when they absolutely, Candus positively did. Candus sent her on a wild goose chase to call in my phone for what? Nothing. Right. This is what her and Donald do. They like to play with us.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Donald, he calls me and she screams. And then when they get off the phone, they laugh. They didn't care. These are two horrible. I mean, evil ain't even the word for these two people. Evil is not even the word for them. They're beyond evil, buddy.
Sissy, I think what you don't understand, hun, is ultimately that was my conclusion.
Amen. And you
ultimately that was also my conclusion. Exactly. Unfortunately.
Exactly. And it really pisses you off, to see them lie and they're telling you in every way what they did, but but not coming right out and saying it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's all written all over the walls. They're these weirdos that they're the weirdos that give you a sign in 50 different ways, and hoping you'll miss them all. I mean, you have to be intelligent to catch on to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I
don't know that you have to be that intelligent.
Well,
I think that you just have to listen.
Donald and Candus are pretty. They're crafty. They are.
Oh, they're street smart. I believe they're very, very street smart and manipulative. And
what you don't understand is me and you haven't been homeless. Me and you haven't been on the streets where we have to play all the games with these bunch of mind fucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so Donald and Candus has got one up on a lot of people because they ain't been out there around them people. But if you take a lot of food and stuff to homeless shelters and you hand out, and you give out food, you volunteer to, give out food to them and so forth. You get to know them. You get to listen to them. You get to understand them. And not only that, but they'll even try that stuff with you, to get money out of your pockets or to get you to feel sorry. And, these people, street people, they know how to take people to the cleaners. They know how to try to get to your heart, try to get to your mind, try to, there's some really cold people out there in the world.
Right. She actually wasn't that kind of manipulative with me. She never asked for anything or asked for a handout.
They do it in roundabout ways. They do it in roundabout ways. Did they not mention to you about how all the money that nobody's trusting them with any money, and they're all broke, and Donald's having a hard time working, because of everything going on, and that's making them broke and this and that. Well,
people are sending them money left and right.
You were getting manipulated into them maybe thinking that you would help them, and without you even knowing it, you thought that was a conversation, but that's really them saying, hey, maybe you'll give us something. Matter of fact, one woman that Donald was talking to told him something about, she had tons of money and she was going to send them some or something. And Donald's like, the bitch didn't ever send me shit. I was like, whoa,
yeah.
Why did you expect it or you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah. See, I could see that with him, Sissy, which is why I never reached out to him. um, I've been able to read him like a book
well,
from the get go.
what you don't understand is birds of a feather flock together. They're one
Oh
of the
no,
I think we all
I understand.
understand this.
and and
I think
Candus was same way. She told me, you know, I get cash cards. I have money on my cash card. She brought up her cash cards, and she said I have 50. I was going to go to the store. I have $50, but somebody took it. Well, probably the dumbass who gave it to you took it back. You know, figured out what you was. But you know, I felt sorry for her, and I'm not going to lie, I almost was getting ready to send her some myself. You know what I'm saying? And
okay.
you know.
Well, I think we all understand, like, really how manipulative these people are.
Exactly.
I really do. I think Lynn understands. I think you understand, Pergard. I think Jenna understands. I think probably 99% of the people in the that's watching right now understand that these people are manipulative, and that I'm sure Jenna and Lynn are aware that they were, you know, that Dawn and Candus were probably, you know, trying to
Right.
pull the wool over their eyes, or
What I'm saying,
or whatever.
what I'm saying is they do it in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
They don't directly. They indirectly try to get you.
So, hey, I want to go on to this question though, unless Lynn, did you have more to say on that, or?
I mean, we can just go with the questions for a while, and
I just wanted to know. Jenna said that they were coming to remove the kids. How did they know that they were coming to remove the kids?
Because they had a defects case. So every time CPS would come to the house, they would lock the doors and wouldn't answer the door. So they knew it was a matter of time before they were coming. And it did get word out that Candus knew that they were coming to get the kids the same day Summer went missing.
That ain't true. That is not truth. They were getting ready to shut the case, to be honest.
No, is that what Don told you?
They was actually getting ready. I
don't see how anybody would ever believe that they were getting ready to shut that case.
They was not shutting no case, and I'm sorry.
House? Yes, they were. Yes,
how are they going to? Okay, I'm not.
Don and Candus. Don, hello.
Yeah, you're there.
What happened to Jenna?
Nothing.
I'm here.
But we have to remember that there's, you know, other people on the panel. We have to take turns talking. Okay. Yes. I mean, and I just don't see why would you think they were, okay, just, you know, in a short explanation, Pete, Sissy, why do you think that they were getting ready to close that case? That doesn't even make sense.
Don and Candus told me, both of them told me that Allie called child services on them because she got mad over Jose. They were dealing with child services. They had a few things in their house they had to get fixed. Child services was coming out, but actually they were working on everything. They was going in the route they was getting, you know, supposed to be going in. And child services was getting ready to close the case. When Summer came up missing.
I don't think so. There's no way. They're still fixing that house now.
Lynn.
Yeah, honey, haven't we already decided that they lie?
Don K is calling me a liar.
Oh,
Don K is calling you a liar?
Don is calling me a liar about this.
Is she in chat right now?
Yeah, she's in chat.
Well, we will let Don K up later, but for now, there's already, you know, I mean, it's already too crazy up here. So if Don K wants to come up later, you know, and defend anything she's able to, just right now, it's just too crazy, you know, as it is, trying to, you know, keep it so we each like have time to talk. And
yeah, we're not up here tonight for a jury.
I don't know what there's to lie about. What would you have lied about?
I have no clue, but because Lynn is a witness To what I said about Dawn K.
Oh, about her being at the house.
Yeah, she was at Candus's house. That's how I knew who she was, because Candus showed over the phone.
And you know something? I'm going to third on that one, because Donald did say that Dawn woman was up there. Donald did say she was up there. And somebody named, well, I probably shouldn't name everybody, but, you know, Donald was telling the people that were up there hanging around on the property. And yes, she was one of them that was up there. He verified that.
So, I mean, if that's all yeah. Anyways,
it's okay. It's not good.
That's just one.
Donald doesn't like that Dawn very well. I don't know why, but he don't like her.
They only like people when they suit their needs.
Exactly.
When they're done with them, they're no good.
When they can get the pressure off of themselves.
Exactly.
And turn it on someone else.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they'll turn on them soon.
Absolutely. And that doesn't matter if it's people like us who have gotten close, or YouTube creators, or it doesn't matter. They create the chaos.
I think that yes, go ahead, Lynn.
I just been saying, like, this. I'm not I consider myself a Christian, but I don't belong to any particular religion. This case, for whatever reason, just leaks evil.
It does.
Yes, it does.
And I think the reason for that is their chaos and manipulation that they've done with every interview, with every show Dawn's been on, with every Facebook post he's made, and him deliberately keeping Candus in the background.
Exactly. You know why? Because Candus is the direct and Dawn is the indirect problem to this whole situation. In my opinion, Candus directly did something, and Donald indirectly disposed of everything, so Candus don't get what's coming to her. And that's just my opinion, to save my backside, since I've already been threatened. But it's truth. I mean, it's truth. I don't care. It's truth. We all know it's truth. And and I'm a very blunt person. I get in trouble for it. Ziggy has to keep me under control. But that's who I am. I'm sorry.
Oops. I just want to respond here to Teresa's me, and I'm sure this lady that goes by Teresa's me. She said, "But Ziggy, CPS doesn't tell you they're coming to remove your children. If open case, they will say they're coming in for a home visit. They won't risk parents fleeing with kids." I think that I don't know, maybe Jenna wants to explain, but I think what she's saying is that they knew they weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing.
Yeah, and they knew CPS has been by their house multiple times, and Candus would lock the door and pretend she wasn't at home.
That's so she could clean it up and everything, and try to get some little order like she had before, and again let them in and get rid of them, as she was doing at that particular time.
She couldn't clean that house up. Did you see the house? How it was?
I did. Wasn't that a nightmare?
And I honestly think that's a habitual behavior with Dawn, because didn't Mary say that he would do the same thing with his two oldest kids? They would just pack up and leave.
Yes, she did say that.
They would just take off.
But they can't pack up there. He owns it.
No, she's just saying it's as far as avoiding CPS is normal behavior for them.
Correct.
With the oldest kids, they would Mary said that Dawn would pack up and move. What CPS would get on their, start.
Right. I understand that.
So
she's basically saying they have a habit of living in filth.
well, they have a habit of
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Running from
I'm saying they have a habit of, Don has a habit with his first wife and now with Candus of avoiding CPS.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So Mason Pickle, thank you for your. She sent me a little tip through Cash App. So thank you so much. I just want to say thank you.
Thank
But
you.
yeah, I mean, I think the dodging CPS thing is very obvious, and I don't think that it's my opinion, Prayer Garden. Or I just don't believe that they were anywhere close to getting CPS off their tail. I don't believe that house was way too hazardous.
And it still is.
Yeah. And how somebody asked a great question. Do any of you guys know how they're paying for the repairs on that house?
It's handouts.
I'm going to tell you, I think, I'm not sure. I'll go back and take a look, but, because I know I got proof. But Donald said that his words to me is, they were a bunch of donations that people were taking up a bunch of donations. They supposed to be coming and giving them money and sending stuff, but they ain't been sending shit. That they've been spending the money on anything but what they're supposed to be spending it on. And that he bought some drywall that he's got to install, and somebody gave him some wire that he had to get he has to pay electrician to get installed. And that's about the only thing that anyone's done for him, other than give him a few bags of canned goods that somebody didn't want. They brought up there a long time ago, right after summer came up missing. But he said, other than that, there ain't nobody doing a damn thing for them.
That's not true.
Dale was up there. Oh, and did I tell you he got him a $300 pair of Ray-Bans? Yeah, sunglasses. He was so proud and bragging on them. They both got new phones. Yeah, I'm like, you got a $600 a month car payment, and you guys were struggling before, but all of a sudden you're able to do all of this. You got to be getting some money from somebody.
Yeah.
They can't be taking it all.
So, Sissy, I have your screenshot up where Benny was trying to contact you.
Yes. And as you can see, I did not write him at all.
Did you call him back on?
No, I didn't.
This last one?
The first one, I did not call him back. He called. That's when my little girl answered the phone. I told you. The second time was
just yesterday.
Last night. It was just last night, I believe. We were out somewhere, me and my kids, and it was more of a, hey, because I think he thought that I was coming on with you live last night, and it was more of a, it's a nice threat. This is Benny. How's it going? Yeah,
he's trying to get you to stop talking, I think.
I think so too. I hope that's not what it is. I hope that, he was just reaching out to let me know that, he's not angry or anything, and that,
no.
I haven't talked out against him in any way. I hope it really came from the heart, and it was good, because I know he's got, he's supposed to be going in for surgery or something, and I've been praying for him. I want him to pull through, because I hope his little boy has, I want his little boy to have a daddy, and I know Benny loves that little boy.
Well,
and I
will just tell you this. You were saying that, that many of us don't understand how manipulative that Don and Candus are. I don't think you understand how manipulative he is.
Everybody, exactly. Benny and Squall and Don was on a live today together.
Everybody's telling me that, but
he's friends with Donnie. He's like,
Donnie's
number one,
I know. And, like I told God, God knows Benny's heart, and God can change it. I just want God to let Benny see the truth. I want him to let Benny see the truth, what we're all seeing, and, to know better than to be turning on God's children for evilness like Don and Candus Wells. I just hope God, talks to Benny. That's what I'm praying for. You know, I'm not trying to be mean to him because I think he's as much of a victim to them people as we was. You know, trying to be nice, reach out.
He likes it. Benny loves being connected to the underdog. He's done it with Cash Gurnan's case. He's always done that. He loves the attention that he gets from sticking up for the underdog in every single case.
And then if anybody tries to go against him, he'll get them shut down.
Yeah, so
like he did with Chris McDonough when they brought out when that took more flame to Don, they got him shut down.
Well, the only way Benny's going to be able to shut me down is through Ziggy. If you know Ziggy gets afraid and won't let me up here, then he shut us down. You know.
I don't see why I wouldn't let you up here, but okay. Anyways, Jenna, what was the thing that? Oops, hold on. Q Carlock, thank you for the super chat. Q Carlock wants to say, have they said anything at all that you ladies think could lead someone to Summer or to know what happened to this baby?
No, not for me.
The only thing that I know of was the smell in that wall that I took note. I was looking through my emails and everything, and I took note that Don Wells was acting like he couldn't get that job done for over 6 weeks. It was coming to the deadline when Candus ran in there and started helping him and everything. It was his deadline to get that particular job done. And that's where I think.
Bergard, I want to get back to you on that in a second. I'm going to let Jenna say something real quick because I have something to say about that, and we'll continue here in a second. Bergard, Jenna, what was it that you were going to say?
The thing that I was going to say was when I think it was Crime Stories Obsessed really contacted Grandma, and Grandma confided in her and told her what really happened. And when she got home, that Candus and Summer left and met up with Don.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy if that's
truth.
Okay, Pergrin.
Yeah, that was definitely Grandma that Emma was talking to.
Oh, it was. I was on the phone with Candus when Don came home fussing because of Grandma saying that.
And Don also, Ziggy can pull the thing up where Don plainly wrote me and said, yes, I think it was her. That's the way she talks.
Yeah, I did pull that up at some point, and I'd have to find where that would be. If that's, but yeah, it's something like that. That he said something like, how is it that he put it?
He said, I believe it was. I believe it was her. He said because that's how she talks. Then he went on to say some more stuff about her. I ain't for sure all either because I would have to be looking at it as well.
Okay. Trying to find that screenshot that you're talking about.
Okay. They shut me down. They locked me out of the Facebooks. And then I heard Donald was on his Facebook threatening me with songs. Oh, come to mention it, he sent a song to me. Said that's what I am.
Oh, like Psalms from the Bible?
No, like songs from.
Oh, like a song. He did that. Yeah. He did that to Mary recently, and I sent it to Mary. I was like, I guess this song is supposed to be about you. He wrote "Scary Mary." So okay, I'm gonna, and I need you to not say specifically the name of this company I'm about to mention, Prayer Garden, but this is very important, and you have not answered me on email about it, but there's a reputable, and I have got permission to say it like this because I asked them, but I cannot mention the company. You guys, this is important. You need to listen here.
Okay.
There's a reputable search team. That's the only way I can put it. That is trying to get a hold of Prayer Garden. Prayer Garden. Don't say the name of the prayer.
I won't. But
please get a hold of them.
Ziggy, I tried, and they said that when I tried, they said that they didn't know what I was talking about.
Did you talk to the lady or the man?
I talked to the man. I didn't talk to either one of them. I talked to somebody else that was answering the phone for him.
Okay, I sent you 2 numbers. Call that lady that's in that.
If you will go back and tell them that that my name is Sissy, because that's what I told them. If you wouldn't mind reaching out and saying my name's Sissy, because they already got my phone number.
Okay. Yeah. So I need you to. Yeah. So they emailed me and was wanting to get a hold of Sissy. And I keep asking the lady, has she got a hold of, and she says no. So I can't. I'm sorry if I can't, because I promised that I wouldn't mute her or anything. We just have to take turns talking and try our best. But thank you for the super chat. So that was that's partially why Prayer Garden was upset with me, because I was muting her, but that was just because so I could ask questions and stuff. So I'm sorry about that, Prayer Garden. I just have to. It was way too many up here, when that was happening.
It's all right. I was just upset because I didn't get to jump on Jenna more than I did.
Well, I mean, the only thing that you would be upset about is, thank you, free thinker. The community tab to this channel has the link that can only be seen by members to join the members only Discord. So thank you so much for becoming a member. So yeah, Prayer Garden, I'll resend you the number to I would think that both numbers that I sent you, I would think both of them would know about, but if you called the man, then that's probably, I don't know. I'll re-email you and I'll talk to the lady. Okay. So
I appreciate that.
Okay. So let's get to, I think, Jenna, you had something that you wanted to tell me, I think, about, or tell everybody, didn't you? Or was it Lynn that had the information, or who? I don't know if Lynn wants you to say it or what.
I can't remember. My head is killing me right now, to be honest with you. What was it about?
You said you had some kind of shocking information about Dawn and Squall or something.
Oh yeah, I do know who Squall is, and Squall knows me because she was riding with Candus. Remember when she came on your panel the first night? She was saying she didn't know who I was.
I don't remember if she was saying that or not, but
yeah, she knows me because she was riding with Candus. And
which one of them went to the Dr. Phil show with them?
Neither one of them. It was a man. It was a man that went with them.
Benny?
No, it was a news anchor from Kingsport.
No, there was also a woman with them, because I'll tell you why. There was a woman with them because she was there in the hotel room with them, and she was upholding and befriending Candus. And then before she left, Donald said, she said, "Bye, Donald." And he says, "Okay, baby. And we'll see you later." And she's like, "Yeah, you will. I won't. I'm just going someplace." And then Candus was still in the room with him. And that's when she was telling him no, he couldn't tell me about or send me the pictures of the bag lady that was at their door that they called the police on before they flew out. Well,
when I talked to Candus when she was in the room, it was just her and Dawn. I knew a gentleman was with them at all times.
No, there was a woman there, and Donald was, whoever she was one of Candus's friends. And I believe I seen a picture of her up there too.
I've got all the pictures from where they went to California, and there's nothing.
Oh, and speaking of those pictures, did you see the one where they took pictures of some kids out there, and one of the mothers was staring their way
At the ocean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the video of that.
What are they doing taking pictures of children out there like that? I mean,
I don't know.
what was that about?
I have no clue.
Yeah, the mother looked concerned.
Thank you, Chris Flowers, for becoming a member. So Jenna, can you finish what you were saying about?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think it was about Dawn and Squall, because Squall knows who I am, and then I found out today who Dawn was, because Dawn lied on your panel stating that she didn't know who I was, that she's never been over there at Candus's house, but she was, because that's how I know who Dawn is. And see, I did not know that they were like hiding things from like everybody else. They're up there doing what they can do. I don't know what they're doing, but if they have any information about Summer, because I know they do, if they're up there drinking and doing drugs with them, they need to come forward and say what they know.
Oh, so are you saying that Squall was up there? Or?
Yeah, she goes up there all the time.
Yeah, she was up there. Matter of fact,
Squall is the one that let them know about the lights. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of the lights.
What about lights?
The lights that was in their area, they're all sex offenders.
Oh yeah, Frank Light and
well, Squall is the woman that they done that is one of the women that they done that to.
They tied her up and everything.
Yeah,
she was the one that was up there. That's the one I was talking about, Ziggy, that was up there. They were all laughing and having a big cookout and a big party and everything, and Donald was on the phone with me. It was and who is Jinx?
Oh,
you go ahead, Lynn.
I'm just gonna let that one on out because I know she's up there all the time too.
Jinx is, huh? Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna let it out. There is a group on Facebook called the Inconsistencies in the Summer Wells.
Oh God!
Yes. Yeah, Ziggy, you know them.
Yes, I do.
You're familiar with them, huh?
Yes. They love me, not.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're all for you. Now they're on to others.
Okay. Yeah.
Who are they all now?
Well, let me finish. Let's hear who she was going to say Jinx is first, and then we'll move on to.
Jinx is I don't believe in doxing people. But Jinx has also been around the true crime groups in Facebook for a long time. But Jinx also has a couple other names that she uses, and she's one of the admins in that group, and she's also who started the other group to get people together to donate to fix the house up.
Is she the one blocking me all over the place?
Honey, that I don't know. I don't know.
So she's trying to help them get their house fixed and stuff.
Yeah. One of the I can tell you without doxing her, one of the other names she goes by is Granny Bean.
Oh, I've seen that name. It's not Pamela, is it?
No.
Okay.
So she's an amend for some of the people, or she's one of those wrench carriers?
Well, no, this is in a Facebook group that she's one of the admins with Ziggy's friend Janine.
What about in YouTube?
Oh, wait, whoa. What did you just say about Janine?
that Jinx and Janine and Elaine and all of them are all part of the Inconsistencies group, and all part of the this other group that takes the donations. I was actually in there for a while. I left.
And what are they taking the donations for?
To fix up the house for the boys to come home.
Oh, so they're the
but
ones.
That's another story.
They're the ones that Donald said that's been getting all the money and not giving him shit.
Maybe.
That's what he told me. He told me.
Okay, no, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't,
exactly
I
what he
don't know
told me.
if that's who he's talking about, but you
No,
know.
I told him, I said, Cam and Allie said that, they have been, helping with donations and stuff too, and getting the word out there about everybody pitching in to fix up the house and getting the boys home and so forth. And he said that's a bunch of bullshit. He said that they're a bunch of liars. He said that nobody's been helping them. He went and got drywall that he's got to hang. He said that only thing they gave him so far was some nasty wire that he's got to get an electrician to put in, and he's going to have to pay to get an electrician to put in. And they ain't been doing crap up there
So is that all that is about Jinx? Is that she's just helping getting donations? There's nothing.
Well, I mean, this inconsistencies group is just really, really odd. I believe it was started because they believe that Don and Candus are innocent. But But my problem is, and I give that Janine props. Like, she is one hell of a researcher. She is one hell of a researcher. But instead of spending time trying to figure out what happened to Summer, they're doxing YouTubers and people that are talking out about Don and Candus.
Yeah, they did me, but the thing is, she actually most of her information on me was wrong. So it's funny because she sent me somebody else's criminal record that wasn't even me. I was like, that's not me. The same first name as mine.
Right. But I mean, it's just insane because they're like, they're very defensive of Don and Candus. And they talk all kinds of shit about the people that talk out about them, but yet they're doing just as horrible deeds by doxing these people.
There was a question.
And they're not focused on Summer. I'm sorry, Jenny?
They're making money off of them.
Yeah.
There was a question in your comment. All this about Don and Candus, and did anything know about Summer? Believe me, I wished Don or Candus would talk about Summer or the boys.
It's not happening.
It don't happen when you're on the phone with Candus. It does not happen.
It don't happen when they got an opportunity on a platform to talk about Summer. You see Don come up on Cher's platform many times, and all he wants to talk about is SA and religion and whatever, and it's very little unless somebody's really trying, like Cher was really there trying to punch it in there. Let's talk about Summer, Don. Let's talk about Summer, Don. No, he's still like, he talked a little bit and then off he goes into another direction because he does not want to touch on that topic because he knows that they're, in my opinion, guilty. They know what happened, and they've accepted what happened, and they just right now are scared. Their last straw is getting busted.
Yeah,
that's what they're worried about right this second. Getting busted.
Ziggy, can I answer a question that was in the chat?
Yeah, I need to. Yes, yeah. Go ahead. I just want to say, Glitter Queen, thank you so much for your super chat, and I will get to that question. And I'm going to get back to Q Carluck's question. I wrote it down so I don't forget. So go ahead, Jenna.
Someone asked in the chat, since Candus blocked me now, what do I think happened to Summer? Well, everything that I've gotten so far, I don't think Summer went into that house. Because for a fact, I know that Grandma did tell Crime Stories Obsessed the truth. Summer was alive going home that day.
Absolutely, she was.
But she didn't get out of that truck. She left and met Dawn somewhere. And whatever they done with her, I don't know.
You know, somebody emailed me. You know, somebody emailed me and told me, I don't know how anybody would know this, but there's, absolutely no proof. But if this is true, this is damning info. Somebody told me that the prescriptions filled that day was fentanyl and oxycodone.
Are you?
Oh my God!
I already knew that.
I've asked you that. Then why didn't you say that?
No, I did on the last. If you go back, I did.
I would have been shocked if you mentioned that because I've been trying to find that answer for freaking months.
Yeah,
I have been too. And Candus didn't want to tell me that.
A 5-year-old touching fentanyl would kill them.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
The last live, I was trying. I believe I said it. I said I finally figured out what they got because Benny Keys said that came on his thing and was trying to say that I was an opioid user. And right there, I knew what grandmas and what the prescriptions were when he said.
Oh, well, you just said opioid. That doesn't say fentanyl. There's a lot of different, opiates and opioids. Like
I knew it was painkillers. I knew right then.
Well, yeah, but nobody knew.
Yeah, but fentanyl is not just any painkiller.
Yeah,
fentanyl is like
this is like really, 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 really strong stuff. Like it wouldn't take much to kill a little 5-year-old.
And
it's what killed Prince, wasn't it? And he was like a junkie for a long time.
Yeah, so we don't have proof on this, but I'm just saying that's what somebody told me that those, I don't know how, I mean, it's really, really hard to get those type of prescriptions. So I don't know, especially fentanyl. And I don't know how, if I believe it though, because just for some knee pain, that's some like heavy, narcotic.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Well, oxycodone could be Percocet. Or is it something stronger? Oxycodone could be like, it could be Percocet. That's what's in Percocet. Or it could be like Roxicet, something like that. That's pure, I think oxycodone maybe. But the fentanyl is the most concerning one.
Exactly.
If that is true, that is very, very, very important info.
Ziggy, I can check tomorrow. I can do some research and see about the laws prescribing fentanyl in Tennessee.
I don't think they prescribe fentanyl though.
I knew somebody who used to get fentanyl. He was like
for cancer patients.
Well, he didn't have cancer. But this has been a few years. Well, this has been at least 10 years. He had patches. That's patches and people.
Right.
So
patches.
And I don't know. I mean,
but the patches, if Summer just touched one of those patches, that would be enough.
Would have been very deadly to her.
It would probably kill her.
Like I know the state I live in, any heavy duty narcotics or sedatives need to be written in triplicate. And it needs to go to the state. I can check and see what Tennessee laws are on that to see if that's even a possibility.
Yeah. And we need to know, I mean, just for her knee, I don't know if I